Hi everyone, welcome to Roll for Damage, where I'm going to take these lovely nerds through my custom homebrewed version of the Rise of Tiamat campaign, which we have dubbed The Scales Above. This campaign has been sponsored by HeroForge, who have just released their HeroForge 2.0 color tools back at the end of September, I believe, which they kickstarted, and it was amazing. It was great. And we've got a bunch of videos on YouTube about most of these people making their characters. So if you want to see how that works, you can go there and check it out. The other sponsor we have is Dungeon Fog, where a good portion of our maps are made. Great map making software. You should definitely check it out. Very quick and easy to use. And they have, I believe, free trials as well. So you can always just have a look before you buy. Right. So these lovely people had an interesting session last time, and I'm going to get them to all say hi before we do a recap, starting with Sean, who plays Oric.
Hello everybody, my name is Sean. I currently am a bit shaken after nearly setting my room on fire. It was not a joke. We had a slight fire during the pre-show. Everyone is okay. There was a slight fire though during the pre-show. Everything is okay. I am from Paradise RPG. I am the DM over there. And I will be playing Auric Solaris tonight. He is a bit of a space cadet wizard who accidentally sets things on fire frequently, just like his player. Very excited to be here. Excited to play with Dingo again. Shaking off the nerves a little from the fire.
All right. Next up, we have Saros, played by Agent Number 1.
Hello, I'm Agent Number 1. I am not on fire tonight. I am part of the Wonders and Blunders campaign, which there are links for down below. We're a 5th edition podcast where I'm one half of the editing team, along with Mike, our DM, who will introduce himself in a moment. And I'm also a Twitch streamer. You can find me over on Twitch TV /Agent Number 1. And I'm playing Saros Starbringer, our mage-slaying, angry-sounding cranky boy.
Is his name Star Weaver or Starbringer, by the way?
Star Weaver.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the correct name. That's the name on my character sheet.
Yeah, okay. No
and
problem.
Now.
Who knows? Maybe making it all up. Right. Next
all
along.
Names made up?
That is true. Next along, we have Nia, played by Whistle.
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Whistle, from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a D&D channel where I tell story of my D&D experience and draw fun Dungeons & Dragons fantasy stuff. You can find me on Twitter at WhistleWhiss and on Instagram at Whistle While You Work, or over on YouTube at Whistle While You Work. And I'm playing Nia, who's not having a very good time right now. This is going to be a session. I'm scared. I pass it on.
You'll be fine.
No, I won't.
Next up, we have Sips, played by Dingo.
Hi, I'm Dingo from DingoDoodles, YouTube channel and social media. And I do a D&D animated series called Fool's Gold on YouTube. And I play Sips, which is a very chaotic disaster of a wild mage monkey who is cursed and pretty much just fucks up everything it goes into. So I came into this group as a guest to mess up their world. So that's what I'm doing today.
And we've loved every moment of it.
Have you though? Have you?
I have. Right. So next up we have Sloane, played by Shannon.
It's me. Hi, everybody. My name is Shannon. Normally, I play a lava genasi who loves fire over on Paradise RPG. Watching that flame get bigger and bigger, I was like, oh my God, my DM's house is going to burn down. Oh my God. Oh my God. Good. Everybody's fine. It's fine. Anyway, you can find me over at Paradise RPG. I am our community manager, and we have lots of great programming over there on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and monthly on Saturdays. Next Saturday, we have an awesome one-shot charity stream for Jasper's Game Day. So if you are not doing anything, we would love to have you over there for that. So happy to be here.
So peppy. All right.
I know, it totally doesn't go with this.
Like, I'm here to murder people. With
Yeah,
a
right? Yeah.
And lastly, we have Leaf, played by Mike.
Yeah, hi, I'm Mike Farty. I am the DM over at Wonders and Blunders. We are a D&D sort of horror comedy podcast. You can find us on like at www.wonderandblunder.com. Come check us out. We just hit our 69th episode, so biggest milestone of any podcast possible.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, very very nice. And I play Leaf, who is Cowboy Cat. He was dead, no longer dead, waiting to die again, I'm sure. Bad luck streak. He tends to get in the way of a lot of things that want to kill him.
That's accurate. Yes. Right. So we need someone to do the recap. So Mike, Leaf, as the glorious leader here, do you want to nominate someone, or do you want to do it yourself?
I can actually do this one. I won't shun it off on anybody else. I'm back to life. So new lease on life, new me. I can do the recap.
Until next session.
Yeah. So last session I started off mad dead as we pulled into Koralhafen on Yako's magic ship, the Iridescent Dancer. And Saros had the ability to bring me back, but needed a diamond. So sent everyone else off into town. So Oric, Sloan, and Nia went into town to track down said diamond, where they found some sort of magical bomb seemed to have gone off, creating a big crater in the middle of town, a bunch of shocked guards and townspeople standing around all looking into this crater, where there was a very rude, very magic monkey standing in the middle, being blamed for the explosion, which was maybe his fault, maybe. But he was not owning up to it and was clearly too dangerous for the town guard to handle. So Oric managed to convince them to let Sips go with them as a group. Making the deal that they would help Sips find his friend who had been captured by a knight, his friend named Sneeze, who is some sort of cat, kangaroo, something. But very important to Sips. So they went to Jewel Mart. They picked up a diamond with minimal threats to the shopkeep, and a great deal because of those maybe threats. They brought the diamond back. Saros, Nia, and Oric did a ritual to bring Leaf back from the dead. He came back with a devil arm, which was a little bit freaky, but was very, very happy to be back. Yako also signed us up to help Sips find Sneeze. Wasn't getting along very well with Sips, but did put us all together on the same crew. So we had to head off to the Crystal Forest. Where are we heading, Nova? Sorry, I asked you as soon as you were coughing.
To a place for sure. Altland is where you're heading off to.
Altland. So Yako sent us off in that direction, but not before getting turned into a woman by Sips's cursed arm. In the forest.
Pissed me off. Pissed me off.
There were some jabs for sure. In the forest, it was like a beautiful crystalline forest full of dangerous elves. At night, Sips spotted a bunch of huge spiders running around in the canopy, and nobody else really saw them.
With daggers.
With daggers, yeah.
Daggers.
Big spiders with daggers. Everyone except for Sips basically wanted to just let him be until Oric woke up. His fear of spiders came through, and they absolutely nuked them out of the sky, causing the other ones that were in the area to run off in all directions.
Not
Slept through the
bothering
rest
with
of the
our
night.
Started blasting.
Yeah. Started blasting.
Next day, we snuck up on this ruined town that was just getting absolutely decimated by this knight in heavy plate armor with like a red visor. Just had killed so many people before we got there. And that person was being controlled by Quinn'Ora, who was some sort of terrible warlock who clearly had some history with Sips. And that actually wasn't the only history there. The knight seemed to have some history with Nia, recognizing Nia when we came in. Most likely, the current guess is that this knight might be Nia's missing friend, Eiren. We fought. Sips got whipped around by a bunch of hands that Quinn'Ora was controlling. Quinn'Ora also had Sneeze in some sort of like glass jar held with a bunch of hands that had whips on them. The knight was like throwing Sloane around. It's just crazy strong, but Soros managed to cast Dispel Magic on the knight, giving him some semblance of control back against this armor that had taken him over, and gave us time to sort of slip around and focus on Quinn'Ora and knock her out, but not before Sips blasted her and Sneeze and a bunch of hands with lightning.
My bad.
And then triggered a magic surge, wild magic surge, which, and when that was over, Quinn'Ora was gone. She had disappeared. And then the knight just full on Benny Hill sprinted into the forest away from us. Thank goodness.
That was everything. Yes, I don't think you missed like a single moment or session. So yeah, we'll pick up pretty much from there. Where Sips, you crouch by Sneeze, reunited with your friend. Though the stress of watching him almost die from your own spell and Quinn'Ora escaping, and knowing that that was most likely your fault again, your curse, you see Sneeze sort of looking at it, and it's gone up your shoulder and starts to leak across your chest to your neck at about 45%.
Shit.
As you make this realization, Leaf walks from between the buildings where he'd shot Quinn'Ora from and watches as Nia just runs after a trading form of the night. There's a heart-wrenching cry of anguish erupting from her, and snow starts to fall in the area. She drops to her knees and says,
Okay, Eiren, wait, please come back. Don't leave me again, please.
Nothing. He just keeps running, disappearing into the trees.
I'll go over and kneel down next to her and just put my arm around her.
She pulls away. Why didn't you keep fighting him, son? He said he was trying to move away and you kept trying to hurt him. Why?
As Nia starts to get more worked up, the temperature in the area just starts to plummet. You can hear the cracking of the trees as the bark freezes solid, and in some cases exploding, showering the air with splinters. A wave of magic surges off of Nia. Raw divination magic, carrying old memories and potential futures out to you. As it hits you, Sloane, you find yourself not in the town anymore. You're in a darkened room staring at an opponent. They are crawling in shadows, and their faces dripping with gore, flesh clinging to it, and at their feet is a heart with a bite taken out of it. Your Kopesh is in their hand, and they raise it high to strike down at you. The dreams meant something. We can't let them back in. Tiamat is the only way, and it swings down at you. Oric, as this wave washes over you, you see yourself standing before a young half-elf you vaguely recognize as she looks up and yells at you. Dad, why won't you stay? Why is everything always more important than me? Mom is gone, you are all I have. Please, Dad, don't go again. Your mind is elsewhere. You just heard about a recent discovery of a source of ley line magic high in the mountains. So you sort of absent-mindedly just pat her on the shoulder, smile, and walk out the door. Leaf, you turn and see this wave hit you, and you find yourself surrounded by friends and family. It's not a large gathering, but your wife is waiting for you in a dress. She holds out her hand and waits to dance. She is beaming with pride, and her words echo through your mind from long ago. That you've come so far. Promise me you'll do the right thing. We will go and help those people, right? And your heart is just full to bursting. It's your wedding day, and you pull her close as you dance, as if nothing can ruin this moment. Saros, you stand over a beaten and bloody body. It reaches a hand up to you in desperation. You kick it aside, push your foot down on the wrist, pressing down until your bones break. Arcane energy flares around this person as they look up to you, shocked and pleading. Why? You start swinging your meteor hammer, gaining momentum. You look down to them and respond with, to save everything. The hammer crunches down with a sickening finality. Sips. You kind of are familiar with magic going a bit crazy, so the instant before this happens, you sort of, oh, fuck. But it washes over you nonetheless. And you're holding your hand out to a friend wearing a wooden mask. You're at a party, and while you'd normally never dance, it feels like you can finally let yourself relax. Finally have some peace. You and Gothy spend time just enjoying each other's company. You feel like you can finally start life anew a little bit. No curse, no Quinn'Ora, just you, your friends, and freedom. You all snap out of this magical surge. You sort of look around. Leaf and Sips are dancing together in the middle of the town. A town center just filled with bodies. Sloane, you stand with your weapon raised to strike down at Saros, who is whirling his meteor hammer around. Oric, you find yourself walking to Quinn'Ora's bags as Nia's question echoes out again and bring you all fully back to the present. What do you say again, Nia?
Why did you keep trying to hurt him? He was trying to run away.
He was trying to hurt you.
He was moving away from me.
That's not what it looked like.
That's exactly what he was doing. I told you, were you going to kill him too?
I didn't know.
I yelled it to you.
Nia, I'm sorry.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
I try and hug her again.
He could not have gotten far. Armor that size, forests this thick. He can be tracked. But Nia, you must calm down.
This is not a time to calm down. You couldn't even tell me Leaf was dead yesterday. And now this.
Nia, in that last outburst of anger, you feel your ribs break. Your shoulders,
Oh no.
elbows, and fingers dislocate all at once.
Oh boy.
There's a tearing sound from your lower back, bringing a flash of agony as you watch along the length of your arms, scales start pushing through the skin. What are your last words to your friends while you try to hold back this transformation? Fight.
That look of anger on her face flashes to one of pure terror. She goes, run away, please, I don't want to.
She gets that far and you see her jaw bone sort of like shatters and hangs limp and reforms as all of her teeth are pushed out forcibly by long fangs that push through. Her face extends into a just gaping maw and draconic wings tear out of her back. And I will now just end that combat encounter and show you what you're facing today as the Harry
It hasn't
Potter.
even been 10 minutes.
I mean, I knew saying calm down wouldn't get her to calm down, but
It's
Calm
already
down,
done.
never works.
That just works.
Never works.
yeah, no, I know that.
So I'm going to be borrowing your character for a while here, Nia. Unfortunately, you're just going to
Oh
have to sit
my
out.
god.
Can I get everyone
You still
Just a
killed
second.
him.
to roll initiative? Let me just get.
Oh, that's a character artwork.
Oh,
Whoa.
Okay, all right, those are some stats.
Oh my god.
It's really funny with the same quote next to that.
Yeah.
Oh damn! It took me a second to get to see that. Oh my god!
Instead of just like
Oh
rar, go,
my
rar, 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 go,
God.
rar, 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 rar.
I know
roll
that's
initiative
really
Oh my God,
fucking cool. That's
I'm
really fucking
shaking.
cool.
It's awesome, but I'm shaking. I really don't want to kill you guys.
Well,
Good thing we
I'm
just
really-
got smacked around by Quinn'Ora.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing I'm like close to death.
Please just take me out quick. Please.
planning on it.
Uh,
I got you.
let me just double check here. 'Cause
I mean, Sloan,
believe-
you've dealt with this before. You just bonk me on the head. I'll be fine.
Hey, technician, can you please add the dexterity modifier to the Nia's dragon form initiative because I did not using her standard thing.
I mean, you don't have to.
No, you don't. Right.
Like, no
Oric
spells.
will still be going first. So, let's begin. You see this transformation occur, and the hulking form, almost 11 feet tall, whips around to look at you all. And unfortunately, Sloane, you're actually here. Because you was looking after her. You'd move forward for a hug.
I didn't.
So, Oric, you're up. What would you like to do?
Yes, I will immediately use my action to cast, to use my wizard feature, Momentary Stasis, on Nia. That's a Constitution saving throw, DC 18. Unless the saving throw is a success, the creature is encased in a field of magical energy until the end of my next turn, or until the creature takes any damage. While encased in
Okay.
this way, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
DC 18, you said?
Yes.
Cool. And that means whatever I roll here, we have to add +2 to.
Okay.
Because this is her standard check. So that will be actually a 19.
20.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That goes to 21. I think she's passed.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
You have her attention.
I have her attention. Now that I have her attention, I will be stepping away from her. 30 feet away, as be like, it didn't work.
Good job. Good job. Please.
And I will step behind the corner of that building. And yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, so now that it's Nia's turn, she sees you step out and cast this, and she feels this energy like flow over her scaled form. She turns to you, inhales deeply, and exhales in your direction. As this wave of cold approaches, you manage to sidestep. However, Sloane.
Yeah.
Nia, do you want to tell everyone how many d6 this breath
No,
attack
I
does?
really don't, but I'm getting the sheet. Someone has to make
Can I
a
rage
fucking-
first?
No, that's not something you can do out of order.
Damn
What
it!
is my... I think it... Because she needs to make a...
I'm from the Colts.
She needs to make a
believe you.
save first.
Yeah, I know.
There it is. Found it. It is 1d8 per player level. But Sloan has to make a con save or take half the damage.
Make a constitution save, please.
Okay.
Everybody's screaming about the hairbrush. I don't think the hairbrush is going to help.
It isn't with me.
So you do pass.
You succeed.
You take half the damage on this, which is 13 d8, right?
Unfortunately,
I'm
it went up
upset
since
it's
last
grenade.
time.
Oh my god.
67 damage,
Nope.
halved down to 33.
As we have to kill Nia.
Not too bad. 33.
Does not be up, please.
As you are just enveloped in ice.
Okay.
Nia then takes off and flies up 30 feet.
Wait, I can fly in this thing now? What?
Do I get an
wings.
attack of opportunity?
You do.
Thank God.
I didn't know I had wings.
I have never seen you look so angry at another party member.
No words. Where did my character sheet go? There it is.
Make your attack.
Yeah.
See if it works. So
It wasn't.
21 will
Yeah.
just hit for 10 damage. So let me just borrow your sheet here for a second, and I need you to remember 94 for me now.
Okay. I have that on my D&D Beyond. It's fine.
Cool. Right, you hit her. She flies up 30 feet, ending her turn. As she's going out, you sort of like lash out, and you just sort of like clang your weapon off her foot. It's a battle you manage to get off. Leaf, it is your turn. As you were walking out, you'll be about there as this all happened. Technically,
Okay.
you're dancing with Sips, but I'll let you be there.
We were dancing, and it's instantly like, mm-mm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
okay. You guys were dancing,
off
so
me.
you're there.
Yeah.
You're still
we-
in each other's kind of. You would have been like complete in each other's arms at that point, and then been like, "Oh shit, a thing is happening."
Yeah. And just kind of apologies. I was somewhere else.
I just,
And then- I am just going to walk. Like Leaf is looking up at this, and he
Oh yeah, Leaf hasn't seen this. Fuck.
terrified. He is.
I have a question.
Chat brought up a really important point.
In your turn, Sips. I know what your question is.
okay.
Sorry, composure. Continue, Leaf.
Sorry.
So Leaf, I think instinctively just like pulls the crossbow out again and starts to take aim, and then puts it back in the holster, and is just gonna walk up in front, or like between Sloane and Nia, just kind of right under Nia, and just
Mhm.
like hold a hand up towards her, and just say, "Nia, you're upset. It's still us. And I know it's still you in there. Come down, okay? We're not gonna hurt you."
Can you make a persuasion check, please?
Okay.
The hero coin.
That's pretty good. Now, unfortunately, her wisdom is super low. So let's just see how much that goes through. Not much. She looks at you and her eyes flare with this icy cold. But she doesn't attack doesn't seem like she's going to go after you. She's focusing more on Nia, maybe a little on Sips. Her head swinging from side to side there. Saras, you're up.
Oh, how long do you think it's gonna last if we don't just knock her straight out? And Saros grabs the meteor in his hand and just kind of closes his eyes for a second and looks up, and she can make a charisma save as I attempt to banish her.
That would be unfortunate.
Just trying to think, like, how if we give her a little 1 minute timeout, is it gonna like?
With a 28, she just sort of, her head snaps around to you. She's focusing entirely on you now, since you just tried to push her out of this realm.
Yep. I think it's gonna be longer than that's gonna take. I would like to take a couple of steps to the side.
Okay, so you sort of
away from everybody, like the line of cold fire.
Yep. Well, the cold fire is heading in the opposite direction right now. But
did you make me make a con save for that breath weapon? Because I have to make one every time.
You're not in this one. We don't. So it is now Sloane's turn, as you've moved aside a few steps here. It's like away.
When she took off. So I'm going to, having heard Leaf try to persuade her to come down, I'm going to look just like a really, really sad look on my face and just say to Leaf, that's not going to work. And I'm going to take out a javelin, and I'm going to step back, and I'm going to huck it.
Go for
Alright.
it, please. Fucking roll a crit, for God's sake.
Nope, I won't do it.
Yeah, just
right.
in the ground.
How far in the ground? Like, could I go get it and try and throw it again?
Yeah,
Or is it too far
yeah.
away?
You would have to move.
That's fine.
30 feet and then go get it. It's like right in front of Saras right now.
All
You
right.
kind of threw it up.
Okay. All right, I will do that. And move over here. Ah! Over here.
Yes.
There. And then I will try again. Nope, that's not any better. It's one better. It's one better.
So you throw it, and it just narrowly misses Leaf.
Yep.
Who's like, just like, calm down, and just right next to him.
So sorry, that was not for you. And seeing both of those miss and just frustrated at the situation, bonus action rage. And that is my turn.
Sips, you're up. What did you want to ask? What was your question?
That Leaf and I were dancing.
That was
And I
definitely a
had
thing.
quite a bit of curse going on.
Oh no.
Is this where Leaf gets gender swapped now?
I mean, you have to make a wisdom.
Wisdom?
Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom, you say?
Oh no. Oh
We just got it back.
That's the one everybody's really good at, right?
no.
It's not,
Only
that's
you.
not the entire party's dump stat, right?
To the place
So,
I belong.
as you pull back from Sips, and Sips kind of just looking at you for a moment, and you look like not understanding. Your devil arm that was from like mid bicep, you feel this like, you realize that it's now like crept up to your shoulder, and as opposed to giving him a curse like you do others, you've afflicted him with the same sort of spread. So that's a fun thing, as you are becoming more devilish, infernal.
You gotta watch that.
Demon cat.
Oh, so he's gonna turn to a tiefling by the end of this? Jesus.
Gets rough.
Right. What would you like to do with the rest of your turn?
Right.
Curse the rest of the
Okay.
characters?
I see that. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you about that later. Okay, he's gonna turn to Sneeze. Be like, buddy. Okay. That's popping off.
Knives.
Yeah. Are you seeing all this shit? Okay. Yeah, I know it's rough. Okay, you. I want you to back the fuck away. Why don't you go hide in that building down below? And I
Just like glares at you like, really? This again?
Oh, come on. You just got hit by a lot of lightning, and I'm very sorry about that. And you're not looking great. And I'm just saying, that thing, if it hits you once, I'm gonna have to go back to Prayers Are Us, and I really don't want to do that.
He's going to just fucking huck a knife at Nia and then walk away. So let's see if this hits.
Oh, I hope this hits. Oh my god.
You're a fucking sneeze!
You know,
Right.
that's...
This is on brand. Okay. Cool. I will say he does that, and I feel I'm generous to Sneeze. Enjoy 15 points of damage, Nia, as you just feel a little blade sink into your chest, and the dragon sort of like for a second looks at Sneeze and then looks back at Saros. Sneeze just like in a huff, just fucking walks towards the
I'm so sorry, Sneeze.
to the building. Right. Anything else you want to do in your turn, or is that it? There's a lot of conversation.
Right. Yeah, it's rough because the thing is that I am almost out of all my spells. And the only spell that I was like, maybe, and then I forgot she had wings, and I was like, never mind. Was like I can make a wall. And
I didn't even know I
around.
had wings until today, so you know.
So that I'm very useless in this situation.
You still have lightning bolt.
I have
Yeah.
one. The problem is that
Cantrips?
he's. No, I know. I think he's looking at this and he's just like, fuck. He knows how that shit can go, and he doesn't know what to do because. Look, kid, you gotta snap out of it. All right? I know you're upset. Shit happens. You need to.
Check.
Yeah, but you need to get your shit together, or you're gonna kill people. All right, persuasion.
Oh, I wish my wisdom wasn't so shitty.
Still pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good considering you are not trained in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sort of like lowers a few feet and like exhales just a bit of cold air, and then shakes its head and sort of like works itself back up to anger.
God damn it.
All right, Oric, you're back
What,
on
jeez.
deck.
Save me, Oric. Save
All
me.
right. All right. So I will step out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to step out just far enough to be able to cast Fortune's Favor. I'm going to cast it at a higher level so that I can target 2 individuals with it. And I will target, I'm going to target Sips and Saros. As the orb comes out and expands in size, as you see 2 small fragments of light peel off of it and flutter across the battlefield into the chest of Saros and Sips, as you suddenly are given the visions of alternate timelines, and you have 1 free reroll
for the next hour for any D20 roll.
So
I like that.
for a second, your minds are sort of linked, and you see a future where Nia is just devouring the corpses of all of you. Another one
God.
That sounds
managed
right,
to take her down and behead her. Another where you've managed to cast a spell and she's like locked to the floor, raging, breathing frost into the air. And another where she's calmed down, she sits to the ground and transforms back into the small girl you know. They start unrolling faster and faster and faster. It's a bit of a headache, and then it snaps, and the spell's done. You have your free reroll. Is that all you're doing, Oric?
I will also then back behind the building.
You are smart.
I am a squishy mage, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Whoops. Nia, you are going to fly this way, swooping down and smashing the shite out of Sloane and Saros.
I'm so sorry, you guys.
She doesn't want to hit us with a breath weapon. I was actually prepared for the breath weapon.
I don't want to hit you with the breath weapon. Jesus God, no.
I just need to see something. You have the Eldritch Smite. You do. Excellent. That's what I want
great.
to know.
Am I able to use that without my packed weapon?
You are your packed weapon.
You are your pact.
So,
Lord
one
almighty.
attack at Saros, one attack at Sloane.
What
Let's-
spell slots are you? Oh, but you're burning my fucking warlock slots, so.
Yep. So, I'm going to roll this. Now, the 2 hit is +5. It's meant to be +7. So, because the strength is a little higher. That one against Saros. So, 22, I imagine, would hit.
Yep.
Cool. What level is your warlock spell slot right now? If I was to roll that sweet, sweet Eldritch Smite.
I believe it's level 3. It doesn't say on my sheet. Hold on, let me look. Let me look on D&D Beyond real quick. I'm sorry, I don't have that up. I'm pretty sure it's level 2
How many
or
levels in
level 3.
warlock are you?
I think it's 5 levels in warlock.
So,
think-
your
I
spell
think it's
level...
2. I'm pretty sure that's level 2.
Spell level is 3rd. So,
Oh,
just...
fuck.
And you get... you can expend a warlock spell slot to deal an extra 1d8 force damage to the target, plus another 1d8 per level. So that's just a sweet, sweet 4d8 against you, Sarah.
What kind of damage?
Wait, 48 or
Force?
46? I thought it was 46.
48. You take 13 force damage as it just slams into you. As one of the claws just like pierces your chest and pushes you back and then withdraws. And unfortunately, I can't do this twice in one turn, but the tail is just going to whip around and slam into Sloane.
Do I also take that 11 from the long sword?
Yeah, 11 plus 13. Hold up.
Yep.
So, lastly, against... Oh, shit. Cool.
Oh.
So, that's an extra d8 on that one. So, it's 11 plus 5. You take 16 points of damage as the tail just slams into you and knocks you sideways a few steps.
Is that halved or no?
That would be halved.
Or it
How
like
many-
that was 16 halved, or do I need to have it?
You need to halve it yourself.
Did you just spend another one on my smites, or?
Just one smite so far.
Okay, I'm keeping track of the how many I have because I only have 2 of those.
All right. And cool. Leaf, you're up.
Okay, Leaf runs, seeing her swoop towards his friends, is going to run to the ruined house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to spend my bonus action and my feline agility to get 120 feet of movement. I'm going to use my climb speed to climb the house. And then I'm going to try to jump onto Nia's back.
Oh my god.
All right. Make an
Nice.
acrobatics. She's on the ground right now, so that's possible.
Acrobatics?
Yep. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, she's on the ground and you're moving very fast. That'll do. You're on a back. What do you want to do / say while you're there?
So I'm gonna like climb up and grab onto one of those horns and just get as close as I can to her ear, and just say, "Nia, I heard what you wrote. You called me back. You're never gonna get to find out which one of those stories is true. How I really became like this. If you don't come back to us."
Okay. Her body starts to shrink. In the dying embers of her rage, though, she's going to use her hero point to make a single out of action breath attack at Saros and Sloane.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm not fucking controlling this.
Can I get you both to make a con save, please?
No.
You do have
see this
rerolls.
happening?
You're around a corner, no.
That's what I just wanted to check.
You're like, I'm gonna hide around here. I hope they're fine.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna use that Fortune's favor ability that we I just got. I think
I
maybe
wanna
that's
make a wall.
no good time to maybe cast that.
Oh,
my
no.
Oh,
God.
snake eyes!
Oh no.
Now, I
Go
believe
down.
it's a cone, right? So, let me just... I have
boy.
news for poor Sneeze, who's in that building.
No, don't you fucking dare no.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, he's behind a wall.
We'll see how this goes for him.
No.
Oh, but if that's a cone, then that's not hitting Sloan.
You're correct.
Yeah, technically,
We're gonna hit Sneeze with
it
it.
would,
I'm gonna pull the rules lawyer here.
please.
I'm trying to move it, does not let me.
You Saros.
I want to make a fucking wall.
I do not need a murder monkey after me after this, please.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
mean, all he has to do is move a little bit.
Right, so we'll roll this damage.
Holy crap.
Okay.
32 points of damage to Sloane. 64 points of damage to Saros.
Wait, I
As
thought
a
I was out of
reaction,
the
I will
cone.
be casting Absorb Elements.
I
Is it fifth level
said I was
slot?
going to move it. Yeah, okay. And that happens. How does that work for you?
I
How's it?
do 5d6
Mm-hmm.
reduction.
Uh-huh. It's not bad.
18. I think is how that
Someone
works.
just gave you resistance.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, it's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. So-
misunderstanding. It just gives me resistance.
That's true. So it just halves it down to 32 as well.
Oh, that's way better.
So, Sloan, you pass, so it goes down to 32, and you also have resistance, I believe, for bear turns. It actually goes down to 18. for you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Now, Sneeze is behind something, but he's still in the cone. So I halve the damage. He also rolled a 2 on his save. So let's just, we'll see what happens to him in a second. And Nia, you shrink down to your humanoid form and are laying on the ground, Leaf sort of pinning you down. And you can place yourself, I'll place you there. I'll get you to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
Oh god, con saves?
Yeah, because you're breath weapon.
Yeah. That's a fail.
Okay, and the other
That's
one?
my-
Also a
That
fail.
is-
Real big fail.
That is a major fail. That
you
is
immediately
what,
take
2?
2
2
levels of
levels?
exhaustion. Sips, you just watched as the building that Sneeze went into has been like covered in ice.
That's a no-go. That's a running over desperately. I'm gonna go check on him. Jesus Christ. So you said it's ice?
Yeah. So
I guess
all right.
around the building. I have to go around. Oh, I have
Yeah.
to go in the back.
You move in and see in the corner right here as you move, Sneeze in the corner, just shivering furiously.
Jesus Christ.
Thank God he's alive. Jesus.
Yeah, but oh my God. My
I
boy.
just didn't want him to be dead. That's all I wanted.
Just
I
looking
mean,
at you, like eyes just go wide.
Yeah, holy shit. I mean, I grab him. Now, hey, Sneeze and I have been together for a very long time, and he's been touched and cursed by him before.
Yep.
So don't pull that shit on me.
I had no intentions of it. It's fine.
Yeah, you better not.
He just exhales. It's just like looking at you. Raises an eyebrow. All right. So.
I mean, I hold him for warmth. I make sure
Aww.
he's warming up.
Oh.
It's like, hey, you're okay. It's fine. You're okay. You're a little cold, but you're fine. We're gonna get you out of this stupid building, and I think it calmed down. Let me go check.
So you move out the building, and the snow flurries in the area stop. Nia calms down. You can rejoin the group whenever you wish. Everyone.
Do I have memory of what I just did, or is it fuzzy like it was before?
It is very, very fuzzy. The only thing you really have recollection of is that last breath weapon, and you think that's what took it out of you.
Okay. I think she's in shock at this point. Because, she hasn't done that. I don't think she's never turned into that fucking thing before. That level, whatever the hell that was, she's never done that.
What the fuck is going on? And he's holding Sneeze. It's like a fucking like a mom with his kid.
Ball.
It's like his mom with his kid.
All right. You're all gathered around Neo, being asked, what the hell was that? Who's going to be brave enough to stand up to the angry monkey?
It's certainly going to be me.
Not me.
Leaf gets up off of Nia, kind of like, are you okay?
She shakes her head.
And looks up at Sips and says, we don't know, but it's over, okay? It's done.
Look, I'm not mad particularly at her. I'm just wondering what the fuck is going on.
Never done that before.
It's a bit of a complicated issue, but the child has some links to dragons, clearly. And this transformation has become a bit of a newer issue among the group.
This happened once before.
Did I turn him? I mean, I knew I could change, but I didn't know I could turn into that.
Be fine. We've all survived. It has been a...
It's not fine. That's not fine. I'm so sorry. I don't know what. I don't know what
Hey.
happened.
Hey. And he kind of gets a little close. Not too close, but he kind of kneels down and he says, "Look, kid. I can tell that obviously this is new to you. And whatever this is, you need to figure it out. But I can clearly see that at least you have a group that will keep you in check. So why don't you get up and I think we all need to rest.
She, after a few minutes, she just very slightly nods. And she starts pushing herself off the ground and brushing off her skirt, all the ice and dirt.
Oric would be kind of slowly approaching Nia, hand up, kind of catching some of the snowflakes that she created, looking at her curiously. That same face that lacks much empathy, but forces his best smile, and places that same hand with the snow onto her shoulder.
She kind of flinches away when she sees you reaching a hand out.
He pulls it back. Nia, whatever it is that plagues you, wherever it is coming from, you told us there were things you couldn't control, and I made a promise that I would help you control them, for whatever that is worth. I know you all do not necessarily trust my efforts to help, but I mean that sincerely. As he'll dart a glare over at Saros's grunt, but then look back at Nia.
She takes a deep breath. I think I finally owe all of you an explanation.
Rest first.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'd like an explanation.
Well, it's a really long story.
Oh, I have time.
Sneezes just nodding in your arms and sort of wiggles down, and walks over to where Quinn'Ora's pack is and grabs like a bedroll and just puts it down and sits just waiting for the story.
Yeah, I'm with him. I go and I sit next to him.
Leaf's
I'd
gonna
also
start
like to-
building up a fire, actually, like a campfire, close to them, seeing it has cooled down considerably in this area. So he's gonna try to get us a bit warm while this story happens.
While everyone's getting settled, Oric, if possible, would like to go and nonchalantly take Quinn'Ora's bag.
And I'll cast Prayer of Healing.
So as you're doing that, as you go to get Quinn'Ora's bag, Sneeze once again sort of runs over and puts his head in, looks up at you, puts his head in, and just grabs a couple things, pockets them, and walks away.
Nice.
Oric just does the confused dog twist of the head.
As everyone's sort of chilling out, what are you doing, Leaf?
I would, I think, put down some stuff for a fire, and then I think if anyone was looking at him, you'd see he's just rubbing his arm, not his devilish arm, but the other one, which is quite scarred, and he just sort of says, "You guys relax, Nia. You can fill them in. I just need a minute," and I'm just gonna go for a walk, and it's just gonna go into the trees.
Sneeze looks after you, looks back to you, Sips, and sort of makes a head motion.
Yeah, I don't. Something's up with that guy. You don't trust him either. Well, I guess I trust him. Yeah, fine. Sips gets up.
All right, and Sneeze is gonna follow you And he, as he's walking, he pulls out a deck of playing cards and it's just like shuffling them.
Not the
maybe-
time for cards. Later, though, and we can rip them off.
Yep. All right.
I think
so-
that's deserved at this point, at least for me.
Right. So you guys are all sitting down, chilling out, getting some rest because Nia desperately needs it, and
Rolling that heel.
Simpson.
Quick question,
Yes?
Dan. Just for since I do have bard levels, can we just say that Song of Rest is like a Dunamancy thing, and since people don't do hit dice?
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother like making your
Okay.
class features a problem. You go
cool.
nuts with that. So yeah, as you guys are sort of sitting there and make sure the fire is good, make sure everything's like unpacking a camp here. So Sips is going after a leaf.
Yeah.
All right. You catch up to him, maybe 100 meters out of town.
Okay. Just give me a sec. I'm adding my health. Make sure I'm not gonna die.
Everyone gets 3 hit points from me.
Okay.
I am back to full. Thank you.
I think I'm good with that. I think that's it. Okay, I'm good. All right. So yeah, I go out, and I see you probably about 100 feet out. And
If you're looking from like a distance, like if Leaf lost you for any period of time, he is like he has that devilish arm on a tree branch, and you can just see it like smoking and starting to catch fire as he's just like holding onto it, and he just like snaps the branch off and just throws it onto the ground.
you probably hear from behind you as Sips leans up against the tree in near you, and he says, "Is it new for you?"
And Leaf kind of turns around, and you see he has this. He like quickly just like wipes his face, and he says, "What? What? Is what?
The arm. Is the arm new?
No. I've had it for quite some time now. Gotten quite used to it, actually."
So then, I'm kind of curious about you, I guess. I don't normally see people with kind of a similar situation to me. I mean, you poor bastard. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Well, right back at you.
He kind of walks a little bit closer to you and eyes over the arm. What is it like, the arm?
It's
Like- To the DM. How is it what does it look like?
Well, do you want me to explain it?
Oh, sorry. I meant like somebody explain what it looks like.
Yeah,
Sorry, usually it's the DM. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'll just if Leaf wants to explain what his arm looks like, I'll let him. Otherwise, I'll do it.
I mean, it looks like a devil's arm. It is like deep red, sort of black cracks through it, like it's been burned. There's like long bony claws and like bony extrusions around the joints.
So then, how long's it been in the state? Or does it go back and forth?
It was it actually got my old arm, I suppose not that long ago here, got burned off by something real terrible. The burning, I don't know if you've heard of that. Terrible fella. Took my arm.
No.
Well, hopefully you never meet him.
Okay. Sure.
But when I died, well, they put me to use. in the hills. And I wasn't as much used to them without an arm, so they found one for me. And I guess they wanted me to keep it when I came back.
Ah, okay. So that I'm guessing it's not just a nice parting gift. It probably has implications, huh?
I would say so. It's only been a little while, but so far so good, I guess.
I mean, for somebody who's had it for a pretty long time, I guess my best advice is to make good of a bad situation. And don't let it rule you.
Leaf, you sort of feel a wave of empathy coming off your sword, and you kind of just hear this faint, almost like crystalline hum resonate through it.
Strange to hear you not yelling at me. Kind of like shifts it in its scabbard. I do like I check though, like I pull the blade out a little bit just to see if it reacts.
With which hand?
With I guess it's with my right hand, with my the frost scarred one.
Yeah, it's fine. There's no like bad reaction. It's just trying to give a positive affirmation at the moment.
Well, my sword's a bit of a judge of character and seems to have judged you a good sword.
You have a judgy weapon? What?
Wildly judgy. It's crazy, honestly. I usually get the brunt of it. Not too happy to be in my clutches.
I'm surprised you haven't hucked it off of a cliff. I would have.
It's got sentimental value. I'm hoping to get it back in the right hands someday.
I see. All right. Well, I mean, I'll leave you to it for yourself. I'm not gonna pry anymore.
Oh, it's
Just was a bit curious.
It's all right. This was foolishness. Just the past creeping up on me. I'll come back with you now. I'm glad we found your friend.
Yeah, me too. And I hope you can help your friend.
We're gonna do our best. That woman, she knew you.
Yeah. I thought she was dead. But apparently not. But we can explain all that when we get back to the group.
All right.
As you guys are walking back, Sneeze starts investigating the items that he found in Quinn'Ora's pack. He opens one, and there's 2 rings. So he looks at them and shows them to you guys. They have some sort of like glowing runic inscription in them.
Is that a ring of communication? Because I recognize that type of stuff.
Make a history or arcana check then. Your choice.
Let's see. It's my arcana.
Probably arcana, but yeah. I'll let you choose.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see what if... No, they're both shit. Let's do that.
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, they are definitely rings of communication.
Hey. Well, looks like she actually had something useful. And I'm going to take them and show them to the group and say, these are rings of communication. So if I have one, and one of you guys have the other one, we can keep in contact. So
That could be handy.
yeah. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be tracking down that bitch. Because I personally have some unfinished business with her. You see, her and I have had a bit of a history together. And he kind of gestures with his arm. And he says, she's caused me a lot of troubles in my life. And this is one of them. And I had encountered her before and had thought I killed her. But to be honest, I don't remember a lot that happened that time. It was a lot. You know, I have to talk to Arena about that. Anyway, so turns out she's alive, and now I have to go hunt her down because she cannot walk this earth or wherever we are.
Is there any idea that she is even on this earth? It was unusual the way that she slipped out from under me.
I've seen it before. Believe it or not. That was my bad. My bad. So pretty much what happened is a little bit of my magic went a little crazy, and I think she may have stopped time and pieced right out. That's happened before. In almost the exact same situation.
And you can see Saros is like
slippery.
At a loss for words right now. He's just like in both a confusion and a bit of a rage at the same time, while also trying to maintain the spells he's been casting to heal everybody. And it's just kind of like, okay. I'm a mage. Oric, is this not your specialty?
Well, it seems I'm not the only one. But these sips and those associated with him seem to be displaced in general. Seems a bit more wild where this time magic is coming from.
This is fair.
Everything's unstable around me. And she found a way to use it. So. Yeah, she's, I'm not exactly sure what it means about, and he kind of turns to Nia and says, I don't know about your friend or whatever you were talking about, your big guy, whatever. But I know her magic. And if she has control of him, you're going to need a lot more than kind words to break it.
Ferris,
So,
what spell did you use? It seemed to do something.
I simply attempted to strip the magic from his bones.
what?
Dispel.
That's a little bit of a grim way to put it, Saros. Come on.
Well,
you
he's being a bit dramatic.
You tried to dispel it, correct?
Oh,
correct.
Jesus Christ, dude. You need a drink. Like,
It is an effect that sometimes simply happens. And I'll have one of my prayer healings go off, which would also cast Dispel Magic to everyone that it hits at the same time.
Okay. No one has any active magic on them right now, yeah?
I don't think so. Active magic, like active effects.
Yeah.
Ooh, natural.
Nice.
Nice. Yes. Nova, just for the sake that my sword is a shattered mess, can I say I've taken the sash off of the hilt since I broke it?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah. Then cool.
All right. So yes, that happens. Continue your roleplay. I'll sit here quietly.
Yeah, I guess people would just maybe those who are magically attuned would feel the dispelling effect come over them, along with the as it's been described before in this campaign, like the horrific resetting of bones as this energy just kind of like creeps in and pushes bones back out. Like it's not a pleasant, warm hug of a heal. It is upsetting.
I remember this. When
there's my ribs from the fight.
There is nothing about this I like.
Refreshing, I guess.
The staying alive part helps.
Usually I just take a potion. Do you guys not just take potions, or is you just... Yeah, it's pretty rough.
We look like we've never thought of that as a possibility before. I think collectively I can speak for the entire group that we've never thought of having a potion.
We've never needed them. We have a cleric.
We've
And a
certainly
ranger.
needed them before.
We've had a cleric and a ranger. We've been fine.
Yeah, I have a
So-
friend that just
Half a
makes
bard.
potions. That's all she does, and we just consistently... It's the only thing that keeps us alive is her potions. Even though they kind of taste like swamp water, but they're still good.
So as you guys are all sitting there, Sneeze pulls out the second thing he took from Quinn'Ora's bag. It's a small quartz container with a gold lock, and he sort of like tinkers it for a minute, and it pops open, and there's a deck of thick cards inside. And he just draws one to look at it. Can I get someone to roll a D52?
Oh
God,
no.
fucking damn it.
Oh,
How do you roll a
give it to
D52?
Sips. Give it to
God.
Sips.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is
So what was
the
it?
this is the Harrow
A
bar.
D52.
What is a D52?
What is a D52? Like
Like
a D1, like, do you want to do a D100? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
you write it the exact same way. You would write in a D100, like the /R, but instead of 100, just write 52.
Yeah, so yeah, what they said. I see.
I didn't know that existed.
Okay, I'm gonna try. So 52.
Roll 1d52. You'll have to type in.
Yeah. Roll.
Here you go.
And give me a second because I haven't got anything. I have to count out either 43 down or 9 up.
I know what this is, and I hate it. I mean, I love it, but I hate it.
I hate it. I don't have good experience with these decks. I hate them.
I mean, I can explain a little bit in that the Harrow bar, which tipped over at the end of last week's session, this deck is linked to it in Nova's campaign.
Oh.
And it never goes wrong. It's always great. It's always a good time.
It's always gone well for
Everyone's
you,
level
but not
20.
everybody else.
It's level 20. We all get to ride dragons and cast Wish 3 times.
Would that be weird for me, considering what I just turned into?
Maybe?
Yeah, let's stop.
Piggyback ride.
All right.
No more
riding a
dragons.
dragon?
Please, no more dragons. My God.
So many more dragons.
Yeah, oh, God. All right.
He pulled the dragon card.
No. It's fine. Don't worry.
Don't believe you.
That never goes well for me.
The
Ever.
picture on the card is a tangled mess of barbed vines. And Sips, for just a moment, you can hear every tree talking to you.
Oh no.
Everybody shut up.
And it stops. However, they don't do anything to you right now, but
Right now.
several sets of like trees and branches like rip out of the ground and form into this shambling mass of foliage and just wander off into the forest.
It's probably fine.
Let's not deal with that right now.
It's an elf thing.
No, this is he like grabs the card and puts it back in the deck. It's like we're not gonna fuck with that. And he closes the card case and you're like, it points to Sneeze like, you're not gonna touch any more of that. That shit is worse than what I got. Give me that, and he just fucking takes it.
Pulls the other deck he was messing with before, like
That deck's fine. This deck evil. I'm gonna keep this, and he puts it in his pocket.
He just walks up next to Leaf and starts dealing out a hand. Right. So, with that craziness over, you guys are all sort of sitting there, and I guess you're going to spend the night in this town, not in a building, but just outside.
Yeah, I thought Nia was going to tell a fun little story.
You can.
Yeah, no, she was waiting for people to settle down.
Should probably get some shelter though. And you know what? I think, I mean, if we go to one of the houses in the back, I can cast the one spell I was trying to cast, which was wall. I'm just gonna make up a bunch of walls to make sure we're enclosed in this space and not gonna get shanked in the middle of the night.
Okay. So,
We're
are
gonna-
you just
we're
going to
in a
get up
town
and start
full of
wandering
bodies.
off to start fixing a building?
I
So-
mean, I think he'll turn to the group and say, like, that sound good to you guys? Because I think I don't really want to be in, like, Hand City right now. And all these fucking corpses everywhere.
I'm willing to bend to your expertise on this one, Sips.
I feel a little out of my element.
Tell me about it. Okay, sure.
Let's see how this goes then, hey? Do you want to roll me a...
Yeah, I can do
Oh
that.
God, wild magic! Fuck.
Yeah.
45% too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
No,
Yes. Roll me a d10, please, there.
Right.
Since we have two,
I kill Sips by the end of this.
3 rolls.
I mean, it's probably gonna be, it's usually goes to me, so I'm the one with the bad luck. So
We have pre-rolled 10 things on the table. I will put them up on Twitter later once we've gone through everything with Dingo. So let's see what you rolled because my thing has gone down.
that was 8.
2. 8. 2. Let's see how this goes. All right. Sips walks up to the building and casts and just disappears.
Sips,
It seems like the opposite of building a shelter.
where did he go?
Maybe
like
it is some kind of extra dimensional shelter?
Lone
I
is
like
not
stepped to
upset.
where Sips was.
Uh,
I don't think we can get into it if it is.
he pops back in about 18 seconds later, and if you were where he was, you get shoved back. Sips, you are soaking wet, and you are like coughing up lungfuls of water.
did I go to the water plane?
You went to the water plane.
Fuck! Oh no! Oh no!
Zero sighs and just like starts stacking debris and building a wall. The good old fashioned
I'll
way.
help.
Yeah.
Would
I
you-
will
would
help
you-
you.
Would you like to try again, Sips?
No! Yeah, that was my spell slot.
Aw.
Spell slot.
Oh, no.
But it's just like he's just covered and he's like, Like, I think Sneeze probably looks at him and he's like, just like, not a fucking word.
With a massive grin, just. Right, so it takes a little bit of time because you can't just magic your way out of this problem to build the wall, and you settle down to listen to Nia's story.
She is pretty much, as soon as she came to and calmed down and kind of started processing, she's been clutching that very long sash or swath of fabric that's normally tied on the end of her sword. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. I told you, as she was looking at the main four of you. Oh, actually, no, Sloane wasn't there, so she's looking at, you know what I mean. I'm from a very old family in a village called Veclorang. I guess the first thing I should tell you is that thing you saw me turn into is technically what I actually am. But I've never turned into that before. You see, my family has been passing something down for hundreds of years at this point. I'm sure you know that dragonkin aren't exactly very well liked right now. My kind especially are normally killed on sight. We're called half-dragons. But we're created in a very specific way. My family's been passing down a soul for hundreds of years. That's what being the keeper in my family means. We keep this soul. This soul is very important. It was an ancient silver dragon from a very long time ago. I wasn't supposed to be the keeper. I still don't think I was supposed to be the keeper. And she kind of stops. And she looks confused as she's trying to parse back into her memory. And she's not able to recall. I believe, Nova, the way that we've worked this is that my uncle being gone from my memories now is it's blank spots, right? You're muted.
Am I?
Can
you hear me now?
Now I can.
Yeah, you have blank spots. It sort of just gets fuzzy around the edges, and it's just like you almost repress the memories how it feels.
That's weird.
You all right, Nia?
It's fuzzy. I don't remember a lot of when I became the keeper. Do I have any recollection of who the last keeper was either?
No,
Since that
not
was
anymore,
my
you don't.
I don't. Who was the last one?
Foul magics.
The point is, I wasn't supposed to be it, and for some reason they chose me instead, and I didn't. No one could teach me how to handle it. There was no one to show me how to control it, and my brother was supposed to be it. It wasn't meant to be me. I feel like I'm missing something.
Well, we will help you find it.
I know I mentioned this to you three before as she's talking. She's looking at Leaf, Saras, and Oric. Did something? Am I missing something?
I mean, sometimes these things can be lost with stress or time. But you did mention an uncle.
I don't have an uncle.
And Leaf just looks at Oric.
Strange. Nia, when you transform into that creature, do you lose memories?
I don't think so. When I did it in the sewers, I remember what happened. It's a little fuzzy, but I remember what happened. And the only other time I did it was the night I was given it. I remember the ritual. I remember being in a lot of pain because it's a very painful process. And I vaguely remember turning. I don't like changing into it. It's scary and it frightens people, and like I said, most people kill us on the spot.
We won't let that happen.
When I left home, I tried to just bury it. I never wanted it in the first place.
Can I tell you something, Nia? If
Yes.
you let me.
Yes?
It is very impressive, the giant form. Are you yourself when you are like that?
Usually, I think. I haven't done it a lot, but I remember when I did it in the sewers, I was
Okay.
myself until after the big slime lady was dead. I don't know what happened after that.
Well, it is very scary. I will agree with you on that. But we could see this as a gift. I know you did not want this gift, but maybe we could learn to use it, and it can be something you can be proud of.
Theros turns jaw agape.
I just wish I could give it back. I don't like fighting like that. I don't like losing control. I don't like scaring people.
And this beast, and the ritual, it all has to do with your god?
Sort of. I mean, Auric is in line with the the metallic dragons, if I recall correctly. That's why my family follows her.
Is it not something your family is proud of?
We're very proud of it. But they weren't proud to have someone like me have it.
Well, why is that? That does not make sense.
I'm not strong.
Of course you are.
You almost killed us. You're pretty strong.
I have two older brothers. And my father was the captain of our guard at home. He wanted us to be warriors. I couldn't measure up.
What did you want to be?
I don't know. I was happy doing what I was doing before. I like working with people. And I was with Eiren.
When you mention Eiren, Sloane will look ashamed.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
That is all right. I probably deserved it. Who is this person to you?
Someone that is very close to me. He's my best friend. Someone I trusted with this secret. Someone who has protected me and who I've protected. Someone who's told me things that he's never told anyone, and I've done the same. I love him. He's always been there. He was one of the first friends I made outside of my village, and about 2 years after we met, we decided just to travel together.
They were okay with you leaving your village
No,
as
they
the keeper?
weren't. No, they weren't. A few years ago, actually, my brother found me. My oldest brother, Hexen. I managed to get away, but I know that they're still looking.
Why did they choose you? Why did you become the keeper?
I don't. It's like she's trying to recall that, and it's just perplexed on her face. It's like it's almost there, but she can't grasp it.
Think perhaps this boy may have more answers for us than what we will find here.
I agree.
What happened after I turned the first time in front of you?
Oric screamed like a small child. We all jumped back a little in fright, and I believe a quick bump on the nose, and you were out cold.
Yes, I'm sorry for that. It was the only way.
No, it's okay. I didn't want to hurt anyone. If I ever get like that again, I want you to make sure I can't hurt someone. Please. I'm afraid of what I can do like that, and when I can't control it, I don't want to hurt people.
I know you don't.
What it sounds like is you needed like a teacher or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can find you one.
Or an exorcist.
Well,
What is an exorcist?
there's a problem with that, Saras. Once you are given this soul, it's with you for life, and if it's taken away, you die. Every keeper dies during the transform ritual. I will die when I transfer it to someone else. And the keeper before me probably died when they transferred it to me.
And what will happen if you die outside of this ritual?
I assume the spirit finally dies with me.
That's a lot of pressure.
Well, human flesh, it's always not the best vessel for magical souls. Unpredictable.
These souls are transferred in a very specific way, under very specific circumstances. As far as I know, the first metallic half-dragons, at least, were created by dying elder middle dragons that gifted their souls onto mortals as a blessing. I believe they came about during the war between dragons and giants. That was obviously thousands of years ago. Now, the only ones alive now are the ones that are born through dragons gifting themselves onto others. And that's how they keep going.
Funny way to gift someone something. We'll find your friend Nia, and we're gonna find out how to get that thing out of you without you dying. And then Leaf leaves.
Yeah, and I'm gonna find Quinn'Ora, who has your friend, I guess. So, I think
Two
that's what we'll
boots.
And stone.
Zaros catches his rock.
Nia just
All right.
So,
nods.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. And Sip stands up. Sounds like you have a lot going on. And by what I hear, you need a teacher or something, or deal with that. So then I will do what I'll do, which is I'm going to go and find Quinn'Ora. And I'm going to start now. Come on, Sneeze.
Just for a quick thing here, can I get Leaf to make 3 intelligence checks as you've been playing cards with Sneeze while listening to this?
Oh no.
I'm gonna make them with disadvantage because I'm constantly just like crumpling the cards up in anger.
Okay. Well, let's just... I'm not going to tell you his bonus, we're just going to roll and we'll see what we do. So, against your first... Yeah, so that's 1. That's 2. And then the third one, he has to beat a 12, which shouldn't be hard. Or he still does it. So, as you start to walk away and Sips stands up like, come on, Sneeze. Sneeze is like shoveling gold into his pockets and bags, like fucking like super happy with himself.
God damn.
So yeah, he's made a small amount of money off of old Leaf there, and just looks to you all for a second, shrugs, and just walks after Sips. And with that, I'll let you all bunk down for the night, and we'll take a break. Thank you very much for playing with us, Dingo.
Yeah, it was really great having you.
Yep. Sips is heading out, and he's gonna go find a bitch.
Yeah,
Go find that bitch.
you do that.
Hopefully-
Fuck her up.
Yeah, fuck her up.
Hopefully, Dingo will return when he does find a bitch, and we'll see how that goes. But for now, he must be on his way. So thank you very much once again, and we'll see you all after the break.
All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye. Wait.
Bye.
I don't know if he's fucking... So we have our technician right now fucking with me, being like, it's 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. It's going to start. So I don't know if we're live. I'm going to assume we are. Hi, everyone. We're back. Dingo sends her love to everyone in chat and everyone in the cast. She had to go. She will be back in a while when Quinn'Ora is found by her. She's on a mission. But we have the rest of the lovely cast. And they are currently bunking down for the night, having gone through some traumatic shit, really. Who is on watch for the first watch?
I'll make that me.
I'd say
Oh, me and
should go
Leaf.
too.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
the bros are staying up to have a nice time together. Who's taking second watch?
I'll do second.
Yep. And just you by yourself. No one else wants to be with Sloan.
How long are the watches again?
Usually 4 hours.
Okay, I'll take the second watch with Sloan.
Cool. And then pretty much you guys can just sit for a little bit in the morning while whoever needs more sleep gets more sleep. Nia, probably don't need a watch right now since you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, I was just thinking, Nia would love to, but she also just,
Right.
she's
So-
tired.
You're all getting ready for bed.
Did we bring
Yes.
the cart into camp?
That's probably still out there. You've had some shit on your mind. The horses can deal with themselves for a bit because they haven't been eaten by shambling mounds. That Sips now has the ability to summon accidentally at will. So that's a fucking thing.
I
be
hate
interesting.
that.
So
Accidentally at will.
yes. Saros and Leaf. Sitting there, the night is quiet. The stars filter through the canopy just a little bit. Most of this forest is fairly thick, but this town is the first town on the edge of this forest. So it has a few humans, a few half-elves. There's less like above ground tree dwellings, and it's mostly a standard village. So because of that, there's a bit more gap in the canopy. Is there anything you guys want to talk about while you're on your nightly vigil?
Probably got a few things to say to each other at this point. How's the arm holding up?
Well, it's not as bad as it looks. I know it's probably a bit of an eyesore for you, but
Less of the eyesore and more just the concern behind it. Acts like that don't come cheap. I know I don't need to lecture you, but...
And you can believe me, it did not come cheap. But the payment that I made is long paid. The stuff I had to do down there. They could take it back if I could take all that back.
Good. Well, it goes without saying, Leaf, but whatever you need here on this plane, I have your back on it. Whatever
I
we need
missed
to
you
do to
too.
get you out of this contract, you've earned your help.
Well, that's just about the sweetest thing you've ever said to me, Saros.
Well, I did take your wedding ring, so... and you can see that Saros looks a bit abashedly shamed of it.
Yeah, I mean, strong choice on your part. Thanks for hauling me out of the pit.
Well, I figured if you were down there, you were probably getting yourself in deep. Well, as deep as you possibly could, so I wanted to make sure that we dragged you out with the strongest force that I could think of.
Yeah, deep does not begin to cut it. But you have unknowingly signed yourself up to a contract of your own, and I can make those now because of the hand.
Oh?
Yeah, we're going to have to go back and get that ring at some point. And, you dropped it. You're going first.
Well, I'm sure one way or the other we're bound for the 9 hells together somehow.
Ain't that the truth?
And
At least
yeah, I
I've
think
got a bit of a map now.
Saros lets out a chuckle and just kind of leans back on the watch.
Okay. Your hours pass by in companionable silence. You're used to these. I love the double upward demugs. Thank you.
I was just gonna say.
Matching Bro Squad.
Sorry, I have just thrown myself. Sit back, painful silence. You spend a lot of time like this. And you kind of, I think, can just let this pass by without saying another word. Your time comes to an end. You wake up, Oric and Sloane nod to each other knowingly as you head off to sleep. Sloane, Oric.
No killing the spiders tonight. I'd like to actually get some sleep, Oric.
As you wish.
You move to just outside the building and take a seat. Is there anything you guys need to talk about?
I'm not talking to him right now. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, maybe she's got like a piece of wood or something that she's just like whittling and just like not even really paying attention, but just like doing it really just like she's mad.
Does Sloane actually whistle, or is this just a thing you're doing to not talk to him?
That. Just to not talk to him.
Or do you understand what's going on, you think? Or you're a bit, out of it?
I think two things. I think Oric would understand solely because it's Sloane, and he's been with her for a while. But he's very out of it right now. Like Sloane, even though you're ignoring him, you might notice in the very beginning of the watch, he nods to you and immediately kind of sits down and gets to some work. The orb is dancing around him. Sort of, you can see its little hinges unlock, and you can see the kind of strange dark energy within it. And it's sort of growing in size, shrinking, hovering around him very quickly, like hovering a little bit and then zip, zip. Gladstone 75 is coming forth because he's one of the longest living Gladstones. And Oric just summons him, and he like appears floating in front of him, and Oric doesn't even look at Gladstone, just goes, waves his hand, and Gladstone starts to flutter up into the sky to keep watch for Oric as he is furiously pouring through his notes. But there's a point when he's just furiously pouring, he's flipping pages dramatically, writing, looking at things, and he stops abruptly and kind of looks up.
Can I get you to do me a favor and make a wisdom save? You do figure it out, but just how long it takes? The first hour or the third hour?
Perfect. I like that. Where are my wisdom saves? There it is.
Probably should have been a check, but that's fine.
Oh, a check?
That's fine.
Just drop five from that.
So at this point, Sloane, the person that doesn't whittle, sitting there, and you stop, and you've just got this like big old blister on your thumb. He's like staring at it angrily. Stare at Oric angrily. He's caused this. You were whittling because you couldn't talk to him, and you're just like assigning the blame. And it's kind of in, maybe just the third hour ticks by, and you just started staring at this, that Oric sort of looks across at you.
I would turn my head up, and he wouldn't first look at you. He would very much like look up, like as if he's coming up for air. You're mad at me.
Yes, I am.
He does pause, continue, looks over at you, looks back down at his notes, starts writing slower. Why?
Why do you think I'm mad at you?
If I were to recount every slight I may have done over the last several weeks, I could list many things, although I don't fully understand if these are slights that would upset you or me. Is it because I bet on you in the rings? Is it because I cast spells on other people? Is it because I did not take watch with you the other night? There are innumerable things I can hypothesize about.
It's because you made a new friend. and you ignored me.
A new friend. Well,
The yellow person.
well, I will admit that Sips was interesting. I would hardly say that I became friends with him. I'd hardly say I'm friends with anyone here other than you.
Oh, if you didn't finish that sentence, she was about to get real mad again. Then why did you ignore me? You were happy to talk to him and nobody else.
I don't recall ignoring you.
Well, you did. And I think you should pay attention. That is not the first time that has happened.
You're right. I should pay more attention to all of you. I was meaning to say this to you the night we were attacked by another plane of existence. I never thanked you. I never thanked you.
For what?
Oh, for saving my life, presumably. I would, embarrassed to say, but likely I would still be in that tree right now. If you did not find me.
There are days when I think I should have left you there. But
maybe you should have.
No. No, you've made my life better. And even though she's uncrosses her arms, she doesn't stay mad very long. Can I talk to you about something that's been bothering me and I was waiting for you to notice?
Certainly. He closes his book, keeps a hand in it, though. Perhaps, at least for now, in the future, as I get better and learn to pay attention, you can tell me these things up front. I will work on it when you are upset or when you have something to say.
Would that
I know
be
I
helpful?
get distracted. Yes, very helpful. But you may certainly share. I will. And he takes his hand out from his seat. I will listen.
It won't take long. I know you want to go back to your book. I won't keep you long from it, but I tried to talk to you about it earlier. Fighting. I'm very confused. I know I'm good at it, and I think I've proven that a couple of times, but the way Nia looked at me, I don't like that. So I don't know what to do.
That day before the fighting pits, you said a similar thing. That you were confused. That you don't want to cause harm, to hurt people.
I don't.
You changed almost in a blink of an eye. And said you wanted this before killing that man.
Would I remember that, DM? Yes, I do remember saying that, but I don't want to be like that. Why would I say something like that if I don't want to do it?
Well, I remember a woman who found me on the edge of the river, who told me stories when she thought I wasn't listening, about growing up and being told there was nothing else but the fight. That's hard to get rid of, and it may take time. We're here for you. When you feel that way, tell us, and maybe we can keep you calm. And maybe we can turn that energy somewhere else. Like whittling.
As she looks at her splinter that she has now, she whittled it down, so I just didn't want to talk to you.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Sloan, where is your weapon right now?
Did we ever say that she has a sheath on her back? Because if she has a sheath on her back, that's where it is.
Okay, so it's sheath in the back, not sitting next to you, not in near bedroll. It's sheath in the back. Just want to be very sure with this.
Why?
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Just
Yeah. No, I would keep it with me.
As his words start to get through to you about, the girl he met that told him stories, there's a warmth that spreads through your back. And you kind of feel the thrill of the fight run up your spine, into your mind. While what he says makes sense and you remember it and it's true, there's also that feeling of victory, of crushing your enemies, of proving yourself the best. And can I get a perception check from you, Oric?
Yep.
It's not a hard one. We'll just see how it goes. Okay, apparently too hard for you.
That's a 16.
Oh no, I had terrible eyesight. I saw that as a 10. And I was just like, what? Yes. I've been staring at a screen too long. I apologize. There's a faint reddish glow coming off of, and I mean a very faint, like it's not illuminating the area, just a little bit coming off of Sloane's weapon.
Oric would take notice of it, but he wouldn't mention anything at this point.
Okay. Sloane, just because I should have mentioned it at the end of last session and this one, because you're always willing to attack things, you've gained 2 piety points.
Awesome.
So just remember that. Right, you guys can continue your conversation.
As that feeling starts to spread, like you would see like her brow would be furrowed and I would just be looking confused, but then it would relax and like the half smile would come back. And yes, I remember telling you those stories. They were good stories. I am proud of them.
Well, it's not always about wanting the next challenge. Sometimes we need to... Go ahead.
Go for it.
You go ahead.
It is about wanting to be the best.
I have a lot of sentiment for that thought. But at the end, and he kind of drifts away for a little bit in that way that he does, staring almost past you. Well, almost just a second too long where you almost want to wave in front of his face.
Yeah.
It is about finding why you do what you do. Why do you fight?
DM, how long does that like feeling of victory last? Does it stay or is it quick?
It will stay for a while.
Okay.
30, 40 minutes of
Okay.
just enough to completely squash out any other feelings of remorse you might have been having.
Well, I know why I do what I do. Just to be the best. And to protect all of you. And specifically, she wouldn't know that word. Mostly you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yes. Well, we will do what we do, and our actions, as I am learning, carry weight. And we live with our sins. And Oric will very curtly look away, and face will shrink to that lack of affect as he very quickly opens the book. As you would notice, he kept his pinky on his page.
All right. So you guys will spend the rest of the night just sitting there, one reading,
There's
one looking around.
one thing I'd like to do towards the end.
Go on.
Okay, so Oric will look to Sloane. And Sloane, I guess it would be kind of like after like another hour, I guess, of watch towards the end of it, where maybe things have gotten boring. And Oric will kind of look up abruptly, close his book, go like this, and Gladstone will fly back down and settle between us where we're sitting. And he'll say, Sloane, I will be right back.
Where are you going?
I just need to be alone for a moment. Gladstone will be here, and if something is to happen, I will alert him to tell you I'm in trouble.
Don't go too far.
I won't. I will go exactly 100 feet away.
And don't get stuck in another tree.
Well, hopefully
Well, you
these
get
trees
to-
are less trapped.
You can
Who
tell
leaves
me
a
if you
trap
can.
out? Damn tree.
Okay, so what are you
Rabbit's
doing?
worth it that much. Okay, so I'm gonna go about 100 feet away. I'd like to maybe go into one of the other abandoned buildings where I can get a little bit of cover away from Sloane, but still be within 100 feet of Gladstone. And I am going to do a magical experiment.
Oh, good. These
Oh,
are always
boy.
excellent. All right.
And I
What are you trying to do?
largely
wild
do
magic
not.
for one day.
I largely do not think that this will work, but I do want to do it because of where he is currently. And I want to do it as late as possible in the watch so as to not disrupt their sleep as much as possible.
What would you like to do?
Oric is going to sit down, take out the orb, and watch it as it expands out, and the actual pieces that make it up kind of come apart. And inside is just the sort of black hole that's at the center of this orb, as I am going to attempt to manipulate space and time to cast scrying on my daughter.
Ooh, very nice. Make an
Spicy.
Arcana check with disadvantage.
An Arcana check, you said?
Since this is not one you've done before. This is
Yep.
a brand
absolutely.
new.
Yeah, this is
spell
Oric
for you.
like absolutely being reckless because he's of the very like unnoticeable emotional existential crisis he is having currently.
Oh.
That
It's
is
a 25.
just shy of good enough. Roll me a d10, please. Yeah, these checks are hard because he's trying to turn a spell from one school into another, which is why it has to be ridiculously hard.
And I fully did not
5.
expect to pass it.
Oh, yeah, cool, not a problem. All plants within 300 feet wither and die in the space of 6 seconds.
Is that close enough where I would see that?
Oh god, yes. All the
God,
like,
yes.
the grass
Okay.
like just goes this like rank browny, black grey colors, or like withers, dies, goes just sludge. All the trees start rotting, and their like leaves just fall and like disintegrate before they hit the ground. The branches start sagging and cracking and falling, and you can see as sort of they are just these dried, desiccated husks at the end of it.
Would I know what that means? Or would I just think something's weird?
It means the elves are pissed.
The last I'll give you this because you were so close. You just get a brief glimpse of your daughter's face. She looks to be scared and yelling at someone. You get like a fraction of a second. You don't get to hear the sound. You don't get to see what she's scared of, just that she's scared.
Oric will come out of the fraction of a vision, exhale, feeling the surge of wild magic that happened around him, knowing he didn't succeed in the experiment. And unlike other experiments where he'd be like, Eureka, it's a little bit closer. He's just melancholy at this. And he sits up straight, composes himself before stepping back outside, hesitating at the exit of the ruined building. As he'll step out as if nothing happened.
As you step out, the sun is starting to rise. There's a light glow of, light throughout the town. And it's clear what's happened, but you haven't had this particular effect before. So it's a bit nerve-wracking, I would say.
Is
Do
this
you just
effect
head
loud?
No, it's just everything just dies. No
Okay, like
sound.
the tree. Because I just figured like the trees falling over or anything.
The trees themselves don't fall over, but like some of the branches fall off. So like maybe you can make a perception check at disadvantage to wake up, because that's how it works when you're asleep. But do you just go straight to bed, Oric, or do you sit up for a bit longer?
Oric would finish his watch, and for Sloane's perspective, he would come back, and this would be probably the first time in your entire time knowing Oric that he has a sliver of emotion on his face at all. Like he looks like he's tweaking almost, and he's just sort of looking around.
What is wrong?
And as she's asking that, Saros, you're stepping out of the building, I guess, because you did succeed at the 22 at disadvantage.
Jesus, guys.
Yeah. Seeing what's going on, I think Saros is literally just going to grab Oric, but then catch this emotion on his face. I have good passive insight.
Mhm.
And put him down.
And my hand went to my Kopesh as you did that. What are you doing?
We have to move.
Why?
Like looks around at all the dead trees. We are on the edge of elven territory. Do you think that this will go unnoticed?
Put him down.
I already have. Like I've put him down basically. Like I've picked him up ready to hit him.
Yeah.
Got it.
Seen that he's
Got it.
upset and put him down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Only because I've never seen him upset before.
Make a wisdom save.
Who?
Sloan. please.
Oh,
Oh God.
Oh no.
that's good. That's
Great.
great.
It is getting towards the end of the session, and you do have a hero point if you wish to use it for a reroll, or you can just keep that. It's up to you.
I want to see what happens.
Okay. You touch the blade, and that glow now brightens up because of what the Heidi effect does, and you get that warm feeling through it. Your heart beats in your chest. She starts to breathe heavily, and you get that overwhelming urge of he's put hands on your friend, and that is not okay. You know he hates magic users. You know that he does nothing more than to put them down. But it's up to you with what you want to do with that information.
I think she wouldn't draw because she still has a sense of herself, right? She still knows that this is Saros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She'll like step between the two of them, give him a shove. What are you doing? Don't touch him.
Sloane, we do not have time for this. Look at the damage that he has wrought.
How do you know it was him? You have no
It was
proof.
me. It was me. He is right to be angry.
Well, he still should not have touched you. You know, he does not like people with magic.
I do not like being hunted by elves. I do not like any of us being in danger.
He's right. Rouse the rest. Rouse the others. We need to leave.
As they are both looking at you, Sloane, and you've opted for no violence, the image, this shadowy, dark image, appears about 20 feet behind them. It is tall, humanoid, bear-shaped, and holding your Kopesh. And in your mind, you just hear, "You are weak." And it just fades away.
And under her breath, I am not weak. And she just shoves Saros out of the way to go get her stuff ready.
Okay.
Oric would offer very, very feeble to Saros. I'm sorry, Saros. And he would walk away to go retrieve the cart.
So you bring the cart around. Horse is luckily still there. I thought it'd be a bit mean to have them killed by shambling mouths. And you guys, I guess, will pack up and get on the cart, heading north. It is daybreak. Some of you will need to sleep through the first little bit to chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Was I able to take off one of my levels of exhaustion?
You are. You got a full night's sleep. And effectively, Oric got a full night's sleep. Everyone else has got half night. They have to spend some time.
Okay.
So you have those. If you guys are happy for me to say, you three are sleeping in the back of the cart while these guys move off north to get your hours of sleep. Yeah.
I get be too angry to sleep, but eventually I think she would pass out.
I hate to say it because this has been 2 nights in a row that I've gotten like a half night of sleep, but I think Saros is on edge about this. Like, we've attracted a lot of attention. I feel.
Okay. You will take a level of exhaustion then.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
But I want to stay up and just like keep a watch.
Okay.
And Nova, do I need to do anything about sleeping? Should I?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that now.
Okay.
During your sleep, I would like you to make a wisdom save for the nightmares of your memories. What do we get?
God, we're having a harsh old time.
You are.
Right?
You are.
Wisdom. It's just wisdom, man.
You get maybe 2 hours sleep all up. You have this recurring dream. It's the dance of your wedding day with your wife, and you just feel so fulfilled. Your life is back on the right track. You're not in that godforsaken army anymore. And as you sort of spin her around to look at her, you see that your hands are covered in blood, and that there is a line carved down the center of her chest from sort of collarbones to navel. That one half of her ribs has been splayed open. And there's a flash of just fire around you everywhere. Devils cavorting. And you chained to a table covered in instruments. And you sit up wide awake. And it's just that every time you try to get to sleep, that is all you see.
Yeah. So Leaf's not going to try to sleep in the cart then either. I think like with the sun up and everybody sitting around, he's just going to put his back up, and he kind of tilts his hat down over his face, but it's more to just hide his face than to sleep.
Okay. Well, let's see. You guys are heading north to Outland. You are. It's about midday at this point. You've been on the road for a few hours because you would have got to sleep. You would have probably left at 5 a.m. So you've been on the road for a while, actually, 7 hours. It's a good long while. And you start to get deeper into the forest. It's a much more much trees, thicker woods, thicker canopy, and there's no longer shattered pieces of crystal. You are riding through this area where these brilliant crystal flowers have opened up to catch the sun's rays, and it just looks amazing as this like filtered light is just refracted in all directions, as if you're sort of standing somewhere, the like reflected light off the ocean or pool, like that shimmeringness all over the trees. And these odd little creatures are flying about. They're Oric would know them as kitterbees. They are half bee, half cat. And they sort of fly around and they scratch at the crystals, and they damage the center of the flower, and they rub themselves all over it like it's catnip. This little yellow and black body covered with shards of different colors as it flies from flower to flower to flower. You see this scene repeated dozens of times in the next few hours of travel. And one of them flies up to the cart, lands next to you, Nia, curls up, places its head on your leg, and just starts gently purring as it drifts off to sleep.
Oh.
You, who didn't get to talk to Oric much, are now sitting there with him, with this little creature on your lap.
She like looks down at it and kind of she's reluctant at first, but then she just kind of scritches behind its ears.
He just sort of like tilts his head, opens one eye,
my God,
and
yes.
sleep.
Oh, this is the best thing ever. She's still, in one hand, has that sash, that long swath of fabric.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a security item, like a security blanket.
Kitterbees. That's what they're called.
I've never seen these before.
They're beautiful creatures. They remind me of home.
They're very friendly. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Fey Wilds. My people, as you
question
may
though.
know. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I'm a half elf. Technically, I was born as a half elf. I may have weird dragon shit now, but I was born as a half elf.
Yes.
Did either of my parents ever tell me about the Feywild?
I mean, you'd have a very basic understanding of it, but nothing much.
What brought you here?
Well, a lot of things. It was the thing to do, as you mortals might say. It was a long time ago.
You seem like you've been around for a long time.
Longer there than here. But shorter at the same time.
Are you okay?
I'll be all right.
I want to insight that, but my insight is so shit.
Do it. That's the reason you have a skill called insight.
That's the reason you have a hero point to automatically succeed at 1 check a day at the end of the session.
That too. But if she's already rolled, she only gets to reroll it. You can choose to reroll with the hero point if you so choose.
Didn't the dragon use the hero point?
Oh, it did. You don't have that.
Oh, wait. Fuck. God damn it.
Teacher, you forgot to give the homework.
I think...
Yes.
I'm not sure she believes you, but she's not going to press it. Okay. I think Nia's sensible enough to have that.
After a few moments, he would turn to you after being mostly his eyes completely latched onto the Kitterbees. But I suppose the real question is, how are you today, young Nia?
I don't know. I think I'm scared. And I think I'm worried.
Well, those are logical reactions to what you've been through.
I think I'm wondering if I should have just stayed home. Sure, I never... But if I had, I wouldn't have met Eiren.
Well, there are infinite potentialities, infinite directions the flow of time can take, and you are on this one. So it is not... Leave the contemplation of alternate realities to me, and you do what you can with the time you are in. As will I.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think as you guys go along with that, being told to just maybe take it easy, Neil.
In so many words.
Just please, just fucking slow down, child.
And you have this adorable little Kitterby on your
I love it.
lap. I'll show you a picture of one in a minute. You'll fucking die.
I think I saw the one Bree post. Bree
Yeah.
It's so cute.
We'll wrap up the session there, and we will be back next week to see how all the emotional trauma has affected you, and make your way to Altland.
You all seem to have a knack for just gathering a lot of emotional trauma.
It's fine.
No, it's not. Stop lying.
I hope you guys all had fun. I hope the chat had fun with today's session. I know I did. There is one thing that I had to say because I facepalmed really hard. The you should know why I'm angry at you. I felt like every guy with a partner at once was just like, yes, I feel this.
I was in stitches laughing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It hurt me. It really hurt me.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That was great.
No, it was the perfect thing to say to Oric, who absolutely would never know why you're angry.
Yeah, no, that was great.
He was like, "No, please, I need you to explain this in as
please.
many words as possible." And I feel like you frantically took notes. Right. Well, thank you all for playing. Thank everyone for coming out and watching us. Thanks for all the sub bits, donations, follows, everything. We really appreciate every single bit of it. It really helps us keep this going. The idea is to get Dingo back at some point for the end of it, but it'll be a while before that happens. I also just want to have a quick thank you to Bree for the amazing artwork. I didn't thank her at the start. It's so good. So good.
So good.
Yes.
So good.
Oh my god, it's
Dragon
so
is
good.
so cool.
Yeah, that dragon was.
I freaked out when I saw that. That was so cool.
Yes, you
So
did.
awesome.
I loved it. Thank you very much for Hero Forge and Dungeon Fog for sponsoring us. It really
Yes,
helps
thank
us do
you.
these things. This stuff takes a lot of time to set up, so yeah, thanks again. I think that's everything. You can find more about Roll for Damage on our Twitter, YouTube, etc. It's all on the panels below. All these VODs on YouTube. This one should be up tomorrow, maybe the day after, but it won't take too long. Before I get into anything further, though, let's go through the cast. Let them say their goodbyes, where they're from, their little shout out. Starting with Sean.
Hey everybody, thank you for watching. This was a really fun session. Loved having Dingo here. It was so much fun. Very excited to play with her again. I am the DM over at Paradise RPG for our flagship show, Advantage in Paradise. We have a lot of new programming coming out soon. We've got one-shots that we do for charity every month. We've got our talk show on Sundays with Shannon. We've got My Relaxing in Paradise, where I just do whatever I want while Shannon bullies me.
And I bully Shannon. That's great.
And then Nova bullies Shannon, and it's perfect. But
Nova bullies everyone.
I play the sad boy wizard Oric now.
Sad boy wizard.
Next along, we have Agent.
I'm Agent number 1. I am one half of the editing team over at Wonders and Blunders, the wonderful 5th edition comedy horror podcast. I also play over there. I also play other games over on my Twitch channel, where I'm pretty active right now. We've got kind of 4 different days a week playing strategy games and storytelling games and RimWorld, Total War, all sorts of stuff. You can come check me out over there, or you can come check me out at Wonders and Blunders, or you can come back next week. Check me out here. I'm all over the place.
Okay, next along we have Whistle.
Hi, my name is Shelby, or Whistle, and I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work, a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. And you can find me on YouTube at the channel Whistle While You Work, spelled WYSTLE, on Instagram at Whistle While You Work, or on Twitter at WhistleWhis. And I've been playing Nia, who trauma finally came to a head today. But I also feel like she's growing closer to the party a little bit. I feel like she's learned that she can actually trust you guys with a little bit more than what she thought she could before. So it's been pretty nice.
It's always the weird part of like the party slowly trusting each other. So today was a good session for that.
Yeah. Lovely roleplay session. I love that shit.
Next up we have S1E07.
Hey, that's me. Hi, everybody. I am Shannon. I am also from Paradise RPG. That is my nerd home over there. I play Scarlet on Monday nights at Advantage in Paradise. She's my lovely rogue. But over here, I play our barbarian Sloan, who I also love so very much. As Sean said, we have lots of great programming. Next Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, November 21st, we're going to have our second monthly one-shot, and it's going to be a charity stream for Jasper's Game Day, of which I am an ambassador, and I'm so happy to be supporting such a wonderful cause. So if you are around and looking for a fun D&D game, our very own Stefan will be DMing, and it should be a really great game. So we'd love to have you there, and come join us in Paradise.
And last along, we have Mike.
Hello, I'm Mike Friday. I am the DM over at Wonders and Blunders, which is as Kieran mentioned, a 5e horror comedy podcast. We are just in our November Spooktacular right now, which is a good time to jump in. We're doing like a murder mystery, which has been titled Daggers Out at this point in time. So come in and see if you can guess who the killer is. And I played Leaf, who's a sad little cowboy kitty who has as many traumas as he's got whiskeys.
Everybody's so sad.
Everybody's sad. We're just sad party.
Sad.
I'm just angry.
I'm mad. Yeah, me and Saros are mad.
I'm going to do a very abbreviated version of our favorite moments. And chat, if you want to, you can throw in what your favorite moments was for this session. I'm just going to get one from each of you. So you just enjoy that. So first up, Nia, what was your favorite moment of the session?
When Leaf snapped Nia out of it, I actually cried.
Okay, that was really good. Yeah, I like that.
That was perfect.
My favorite moment, because I'm going through the Zoom call instead of the stream layout because I'm dumb. My favorite moment was Sips like trying to relate with Leaf, just be like, yeah, man, that kind of sucks. That shit it's not good, hey. And you're like, yep. So I really enjoyed that. Shannon.
My favorite part, there's so many good ones. I was gonna say I liked how Leaf pulled Nia out, but I love conversations with Oric. I love RPing with Sean, and that one was just wonderful. I hope we get to have more like that in the future.
Next along we have Sean.
I don't care about those RP conversations with Shannon at all. Just kidding. Of course, I loved those. I think, though, if I'm not going to talk about myself, my favorite thing about tonight's session was everything Leaf did, pretty much. Like Leaf's reactions to things. Like, I really viscerally felt it when he was like, I grasped the demon arm against the tree and set it on fire and snapped branches off. And I was like,
yeah.
And especially after, like, with everything that you were saying, Nova, all the visions of his wife, I was like, this is great.
Yeah, I definitely felt that when, like, he added the touch, like, I turn and wipe a tear away. I was like, oh, yep, I get it. Right. Agent?
Y'all are idiots. Did you miss the part where there's kitty bees? That's like the one good thing that's happened to all of us universally in this campaign. True. How is that not your favorite moment?
Well, we can't all pick kitty bees.
Yes, we can. I do.
Number one for everyone is kitty bees. And then
it's kitty bees. Yeah. So
I need to see a picture.
I do actually just want to highlight.
If you look in the Roll for Damage Discord in the art channel and scroll up a bit, Bree did a picture of it. It's fucking adorable.
I shamelessly stole that from the Thursday night game Xanders. They're like, oh, so there's these kitten bees. I was just like, kitten bees sounds amazing. And someone did some art from, like, yes, I need this. I need this in my world. So continue, Agent.
I do just actually want to point out one little tiny moment, which was when after Sips disappeared into the water planes, and just Sloan and Saros just like started building a wall manually. It was a little thing that was just like all this magic, like let's just do things ourselves normally, you know. And it was a beautiful little moment that we didn't really like get to recognize, but it was like Saros felt it really strongly. So.
All right, and lastly, Mike.
I really loved the conversation between Sloan and Oric. I just thought it was like so nice. Like it's nice to see like this little arc of emotion get almost completely worked out in that little thing. It was like its own little story, and I absolutely loved that. I also wanted to say, Nova, the divination magic explosion hitting us all with those visions. All those visions were like
so cool, so
good, and so individual, and like gave us so much to just like sink our teeth into for those the rest of the session. That that was really great.
Yeah. I also loved the little flavor at the end when I saw that shadowy form holding my Kopesh. I love that flavor that you give. So awesome.
Just to quickly go through what the chat says, the water plane incident was someone's favorite. Makes sense. I found that very entertaining when that was rolled up. And my favorite moment was definitely Sloan and Auric's conversation. I don't think I've missed any others.
Don't get stuck in another tree.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's a valid argument at this point.
All right. True. I'm going to pass this off to Tech Veg so we can raid Joker. So, Veg, you there?
Shit.
Sir Veg.
Hey, you go, guys. My favorite part tonight, I would have to say, is Leaf jumping on to Dragon Nia to calm her down. Like,
seriously, that was pretty badass.
That was pretty cool.
I thought he was going to do some kind of like jump sneak attack. No, he jump and he protect. That's what he do.
He jump and protect.
Yeah.
As
Nova said, we are going to finish up with a raid tonight. And tonight we are passing our love across to I would say someone we're all a fan of at this point. It's Jerkat, your big old wobbly head man.
Hey.
Yeah.
He's currently streaming, playing some Final Fantasy 14. So we're going to go and pass him over some love, ask him about his favorite D&D stuff, tell him about your favorite D&D game, and spam him with all the raid emotes that you got. And we'll see you guys the same time next week for another episode of The Scales Above with these lovely people. So we'll say bye now.
Bye.
Bye.